Listen to this ambulance siren. So now the ambulance is coming from there and it's going that way. And always, whenever it's right at that edge, that is where I see the starting of the road, like, you know, right there. And that is exactly where he will honk, always. Okay, the same, it was a fire truck siren, not ambulance. And see how it's honking continuously. Look, and then it's even increasing its a siren, right? Now I'll tell you why. So I'm gonna close this. So what happened was, when I had 2 checks, right? The accounts were closing in India. Like I had 2 accounts in India, and those 2 accounts were closing. So my bank said that, you know, they just handed the checks to, because my in-laws are there, so they handed the checks to my in-laws. Then I actually asked my bank here, Bank of America, that do you accept check here of Indian currency? And they're like, yeah, I can deposit it. So when they said that I can deposit, I went and then I told my father-in-law, and my father-in-law is, are you sure they will accept it? I'm like, yeah, that's what they told me over the phone. So then I went to, then he gave the check to someone, who lives here in my state only. So I went and picked up, and they live almost 2 hours far from our house. So we had to go 2 hours there and then, come back. That was another 2 hours. So basically we had to waste almost like our day there. Then I went to deposit at my local branch here, and they said, oh, we accept the Indonesian check, but we do not accept Indian currency check. That was so weird. India is such a bigger country than Indonesia. So it was obvious that somebody, FBI, CIA, this DARPA, whoever are doing this mind computer programming or brain computer interface and artificial intelligence programming, or even targeting individuals with their star seeds, for their super interrogation purpose or for their Lucifer purpose, whatever this entire thing is going on. So they told the local branch to not have my check deposit there. Okay, so they already made up their mind. Why? Because my father-in-law said that, oh, are you sure they will accept? So now they want to make sure that they show to me that they do not accept the check. Okay, so they again want to put blame on me. This is how, Then I went out of the Bank of America, and right in the parking lot, when I am calling Bank of America, again, immediately, here is the bank, and just 2 blocks down the road, okay, there's a little, I would say a few feet away, there is a fire truck and ambulance EMS service station right here. Okay, so I knew that they will send somebody, with their ambulance sirens, or they will have somebody rev up the bike engine, or even cop car, or something will happen. And guess what? While I'm calling, the phone, I'm still on call, it's still ringing. And yes, I was correct. Immediately ambulance came. It was ambulance this time. It came, and instead of going straight, it actually made a turn, because I was parked on this road on this side. So it came from this road and it actually made a turn to show me, and the ambulance sirens were still going on, do, you know, like don't call Bank of America. And then I spoke to a lady and they said that, oh, it's at the discretion of the bank, okay, if they want to accept the check or not. But yeah, so she said that, yeah, Bank of America do accept Indian currency check. There is no problem with that, okay? So obviously she immediately said that somebody at the local branch, you know, they changed something in their system where they took out the India, you know, from their system. And or unless she was just outright lying to me, because CIA, FBI, somebody told her to lie, right? To harass me and to frame me and to make me feel guilty. Because, you know, remember what my father-in-law said? Oh, are you sure that they accept the check? Well, that's what. And then I called again the third time to at Bank of America, and Emmanuel from Phoenix, Arizona, he told me that, yeah, I should be able to deposit a foreign check. He doesn't see any restrictions on at his end. And he actually spoke with his supervisor. He confirmed that I should be able to deposit a check. But now these people want to make issue about it. So he was like, okay, now you can, you know, if there's a local branch problem, you know, if locally that particular branch is not allowing, then you go to a different branch. So I had to go to a different branch that was almost half an hour away. And there it took me 2 hours to fill out the entire form, you know, with my with my Indian bank details and all the check details and everything. It took us 2 hours. Their printers were not working properly. Their computers were very slow and with all kind of BS. Then they had you know, I saw a cop car going in the parking lot. And then when I was heading towards my home, there's a road where there are dividers, but there is some gap between the dividers. So if you want to make a U-turn or you want to make a left turn, you can do that. So the moment, say this is a starting of that road, okay? So I just made a turn, and right here there was a cop. So that when I went there, the cop started driving, you know, like following me. And there was so many gaps here between those dividers, and he never made a U-turn or never went to the left, but he just followed me until for the almost like that 2 miles road that is there, until I made a right turn into a grocery store, and that's when he just made a U-turn. This is how they do mind programming, okay? Why you're filling out, we are not going to deposit your check. Why? Because your father-in-law said that, oh, you did you make sure? So now they want to make the issue about it. They will pick that one thing, you know, same thing they did with the cell phone of my mother-in-law. Like we went to a different state, you know, we usually go there to hang out, and then there we had some time. So I thought, okay, it's about time, and she had to get a new phone. So we just went to this Verizon store and we booked the phone. Everything was done, and the guys literally said that you will receive the phone in 2 days, but they took almost to exactly 1 month, from 8th to 8th of the next month. They said, oh, now the phone is not available and all that. And why I know that these people were behind that delay of the shipment of the phone? Because the UPS tracking number was given, had the last 3 digits 666. So I knew that who is behind all this. So they've been doing this 666 mark of the beast in most of my credit cards, my passport, my I don't know, most of I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I think most of my credit cards, because they had my accounts so many times, bank accounts, that I had to keep changing my credit card so many times, and every new card that they used to give me had 6696, you know, those kind of numbers, or 666, something like that, in that fashion. Even the passport I got new had 6696 or 66 and yeah, 96, something like that. So we know that who is behind all this. And then today I again called Bank of America, and I believe I spoke to the same lady from Virginia. And she said, oh, now I can do wire transfer. So now, oh, let me first go back. So when I filled out the form to be sent to the collections agency, and I filled out entire Indian bank details and everything, the collections department sent me a letter saying, oh, we cannot accept this check because your Indian government has placed restrictions on this foreign exchange trading or whatever. So what I need to do is I can ask my bank to have a different alternative form of payment, okay, alternate method of payment. Now I'm trying to understand why is there a restriction on a paper check for a foreign transaction, but it's okay for the same money to come in as a wire transfer. So then that lady said that, oh, you know, paper check is hard to trace and all that. We have to trace banks. And I'm like, I gave you all the bank details, from bank address to their bank routing number to bank, all kind of information that the form had asked. Everything that was printed on the form we gave out. It took us 2 hours to fill out the form. How is it that you're telling me it was hard to trace it? It's obvious these people are lying, because now they want to make issue about that one sentence that my father-in-law said. Like I said, if my mother-in-law would just say that, oh, something is spicy here, they will just burn my hands for 3 to 4 hours, that I will have to put it in ice bath. That much burning they will give on my hands. And the same burning on the Jesse Ventura show, these ladies, you know, American ladies, they are showing that how they have to wear the ice pack socks when they are sleeping at night, because they burn, these government, these NSA, FBI, CIA people, DARPA people, they burn their feet so much that she has to wear every night those ice pack socks. That much they will start burning. Same thing they will start doing with my hands. Anything, if she will say, anybody, my hubby will say something and they want to make issue about it, so either they will give me electric shock, or they will put something in my food, or they will start giving me poking needle pains in my you know, in my abdomen. Anybody will say something, be it my own mother, my father, my even niece, nephews, or relatives. Anybody will say something and they want to make issue about that thing. And then they that reminded me of guy. I was watching this targeted individual, and he was, I believe, a Jewish guy, and he was saying that how he was continuously framed continuously framed by all these people, because of course he knew like he's anointed with the blood of Jesus Christ, or he's the chosen one, or something like that. And then how he said that they tried to frame him, and he had to go to, I don't know, was it I don't know, I don't exactly remember, but it was a very big blame that they placed on him. And so anyway, so when I was just thinking, today morning I was making tea, right? And so I was just thinking that, and look what these people did. Here, you see that cut? Okay, and anything on thumb, it means correct. Look. You can see the blood also. So this is the cut they gave me. It's a long sharp cut, and here also, if you can see, I'll show you how they even started removing eyelash. There we go. Okay, now they started to twitch the left side of my, let's see if they do it. No, they stop. So I never had eyelash fall out of my eyes before my targeting started in 2014. Before that, I've never had these kind of eyelashes, you know, where it will just show up somewhere. No, or it will, yeah, the natural eyelash fall is natural, but to have eyelash fall 8 to 9 times per day, and then you go to optometrist and they say, oh, your all eyelashes are are normal and nothing has fallen off, that is not normal. That is pure witchcraft. And directed energy weapon cannot. And I used to have eyelash even in my mouth. It will show up in my mouth when I'm showering. It will show up behind my ears out of nowhere, and I have not even touched my eyes yet. So obviously that is very, very weird. It's not possible. They will even, like, say for example, I cook something and they don't want me to serve that particular thing to my hubby. After he's done eating, they will, or when I go to place the plate over there, they will have the eyelash just lying there on the mat. Okay, that has never happened before ever in my life. Okay, so obviously all this was done, and they used to use a lot of insect activities. My house was like a bug house from 2000. Yeah, whatever, it's ever since the gang stalking started, weird insect activity started, when they started giving me cuts, a lot of cuts they used to give me, right, on my body, even on my face they used to give me cuts. So yeah, eyelash removal is obviously was being done by them. So anyways, this guy was saying that how he was continuously framed by these people. He was continuously being blamed by these people, so you know, trying to make him feel guilty about everything. And so he was talking about how persecution was coming upon him and, you know, all these chosen people, because we are somehow anointed with the blood of Jesus Christ. So that is what he was saying. And then he was like, oh, I know that how Jesus Christ, like he's gonna enter the kingdom of Jesus Christ, but and so these people are after him now. All these bank, you know, the lies and all, and like I said, they hacked my American Airlines bank, they hacked my Verizon account bank, they hacked my DMV, the driving motor vehicle, they hacked my Wells Fargo bank. They have changed the password of my Bank of America debit card pin. Okay, the pin that I used, they changed the pin, so I was not able to withdraw the money. So all this control for the bank thing and the, you know, messing with my bank continuously is not normal. Somebody is doing it on purpose. Who are these somebody? Same CIA, FBI, okay, all these people. So it was weird that I came across the movie anyways. So at the start of this video, when I showed you how the ambulance siren started, that was exactly the point when I was speaking to this lady in Virginia of you know, of this Bank of America. This lady told me that now I can do wire transfer. I'm like, why I can do wire transfer? And she gave me all the details. I'm like, why your employees did not give me these details to begin with? You know, why I had to go through all this, you know, collect the check and somebody bring the check here and then go collect the check and go to 2-3 different branches and all that. And all she had to do, all she had to say was, oh, I apologize for miscommunication. Okay, all these people are outright lying. Okay, here. Now, I believe this movie was made I think this movie was made way... Okay, here.
The judgment day, the end of the world, my friend. The Mayans knew about it, the Hopis, the I Ching, the Bible.
Trying to see.
What would you say if I told you that everything happening in the world today was predicted in a book that was written over 2,000 years ago? Because we all need to be...
Okay, no, it's not this movie. There's a movie from 1970s, okay? I'll see if I can find that movie. It was from 1970s, and I saw that movie. You can look up, it says the End Times movie or something to do with end times, okay? And the movie is from 1970s, I believe, and in that they show how Illuminati group controls these banks, you know. So there is this lady who is trying to contact a journalist, and journalist goes to deposit a check in the bank, but these Illuminati people have already contacted the bank, and so there is a freeze on his account, so he is not able to deposit his own checks, okay? And also his account is frozen and all that is shown. And then these very people, the Illuminati people, they do gang stalking. So wherever this lady goes, and you know, this journalist goes, wherever they go, the gang stalkers are continuously stalking them from one place to the other place. They continuously know where these people are going. So that is what I'm saying, that, you know, the same gang stalking is happening to me. And I wasn't even born when they made this movie. So obviously, all this is in place. They are gang stalking, they're remote viewing 24/7, and that is how they are able to give me twitch at my thoughts, because they are reading my mind. And who knows, they are even I just watched a movie yesterday called Jung _E. It's a Korean or some kind of Asian movie, where they show that how a lady was her brain was being used to make artificial intelligence robots. And so first they were making the robot to fight, but then somehow the lady was failing, so now they wanted to use her brain to make an AI robot for household purpose. And that is what they've been doing with me, right? To continuously do slave programming, to cook this kind of stuff, to bring this kind of stuff, to do that way, to clean like this, to clean that way, you know, like continuous torture and programming thing, by giving me cuts or twitches or electric shocks on my head, or shooting needle pains, or what I should not eat, swelling my tongue. This continuous torture. Even in my dreams they give me all kind of food. Like just yesterday they showed me, oh, make rice, like somebody was my relative was cooking rice and some olive curry. That was like so weird. I'm like, so you know, these kind of mind programming they continuously do, it's kind of slave programming that they do with me. And they try to they try to do all this, you know, slave programming. And anyways, and how these people, Illuminati people, they even show in the movie Avatar, the part 2 movie, they are showing that how okay, I'm trying to find that movie actually. I don't know if I can. No, it's not this movie. Anyways, so what was I saying? Anyways, I was just trying to find the movie. I thought I found that movie. Yeah, so this is how they do mind programming. And in Avatar 2 movie, they are showing, there's one scene that lasts for about a minute, I would say, or less than a minute, where the boy is placed in a machine, and the machine is continuously rotating, and they are trying to torture the person. And while the other members of the group, they are watching the screen that are up in the air, okay? They are trying to see and record the brain parts, where if he can develop that message in the brain that these people are trying to capture. So basically they're trying to do brain reading, okay? And the same brain reading is the remote viewing that these people do with the targeted individuals and so many other people and starseeds like us. So because they are doing, and they show all this in their movies, so this is not just fiction, they show everything in their movies, you know, what they do in real life, all the criminal activities. So because they are reading my mind, my brain, and they know what is going on, so then they immediately perform their attack on me, be it physical or mental or like this. I say how they frame me for even this Bank of America thing or my Indian checks thing, right? They want to make issue of anything. My mother-in-law, father-in-law will say one sentence and they want to make issue about it. So, for example, I was mopping the floor and I was continuously watching the stairs because I just finished mopping the stairs, and my mother-in-law was upstairs and she was like going back and forth because she was just doing something, you know. And so she was just going back and forth from one room to another room, and I was just making sure that she doesn't come down while the floor is wet. And so I noticed that, okay, now the floor is not wet, and then I started to mop the other parts of the floor, right? So she comes down in few minutes and she says that, oh, because she had already fallen down in Canada, these people gave her a fall. Okay, it wasn't her, she didn't do it. They hacked her mind through witchcraft or whatever, and most likely witchcraft, and they made her fall. They gave her rib fracture, and then just I think it was a week probably, we came here, and this entire event took place where she came down and she told me that, you know, father-in-law had just fallen down from his bed. And it looks very normal to these people, but I know why, because now they want to synchronize everything. You see how devil is continuously using my action and to do something against my action. So, oh, you're taking care of your mother-in-law and making sure she doesn't fall down. So I will hack your father-in-law's brain and I will make him fall down. So immediately then this happened, like both my in-laws fell down just a week apart, okay? And of course they had my own father and my mother-in-law fell just 2-3 days apart, okay? And of course my father till date has fracture in his shoulders and hands, and it was done by this very cabal, the CIA, FBI, NSA, DARPA, Illuminati, military, Freemasons, all these Lucifer worshippers, and whoever is doing the programming of computer, artificial intelligence, Elon Musk, Neuralink, whatever, Yuval Noah Harari's hackable animals, and all these kind of experimentation that even I heard when I was researching targeted individuals, that these people do experiments on us by reading our brain, by looking what we are, by remote viewing, and by doing all this kind of stuff, you know. So whatever it is, Lucifer or experimentation or both, at the end of the day, they are absolutely intervening in our lives and continuously physically and mentally torturing all of us. Because to hack someone's bank accounts one after the other is not normal. And then even to give, not only hacking, but then they even change our password, you know. That is not normal. The PIN, debit card pins and all that, it's not normal. So just weird that how I'm not now able to find that movie, The End Times. And I don't know if this would help me. Let me see if I can find that movie last time. Okay, I can't find that particular movie, but it's from 1970s, I believe. It was very old movie, and